He hasn't coached a game yet for the Hogs, but Brett Bielema has already picked up a win. You see, this spring he has seemed to have won over his players. Arkansas has taken to their new leader, but what one word would they use to describe him?
One word, great. Got a few. Tough.
It's awesome. Fiery. Exciting.
Tall.
A lot of good words, it's hard to give you one.
I did a little unscientific poll. I asked them one word to describe you, and here were their answers: great, awesome, fiery, exciting, and tall.
Must have been talking to a short guy then. I think the greatest thing for me is as we've gotten together more and more, you just get to know your players. I wasn't able to be in their homes, wasn't able to be in their living rooms, I wasn't able to meet their parents or their homes or their high schools. So it's been fun just to get to know them on a personal basis.
Getting personal has been Bielema's MO since he arrived in Arkansas. His players have felt that sincerity immediately.
In the first team meeting, he came in and talked to us, and he was real personable. He's a bigger guy, but he wasn't real intimidating. He was, kind of like a friend somewhat. So he came in and he really won us over in the first team meeting.
The first impression was, man, this guy has a lot of courage to leave, a team that not doing bad at all, to come to a team like us that's really trying to gain back what we used to have. And, it takes a great man to do something like that.
The Arkansas players appreciate their coach's candor, but it hasn't been appreciated by everyone. At a recent booster gathering, Bielema had some choice words to say about Nick Saban's record in the Big Ten compared to his at Wisconsin, a statement that went public and subsequently caused big waves in Tuscaloosa and around the SEC. Recently, like all coaches, you say something at a booster meeting, it's blown up a little bit. Is it hard to be yourself in this day and age in the SEC?
Well, I think it's not hard for me to be myself around the people that matter to me. I think it's always, once somebody reads one thing, they think it's true, and that's the part you always got to battle. But I think as I get closer to the fans of Arkansas, the people, the community, the media, they'll find out what I'm all about. And, anybody, it was funny after that, I had a lot of media reach out to me, and they're like, misquote, question mark, and people that know me know that that's what I'm always about.
So here in Fayetteville, brand new Razorback coach Brett Bielema, larger than life to many, except for his players. So far, they find their new coach very approachable. So approachable, it seems every player I've talked to so far already has their own Bielema story.
The best conversation about food, and when he went on spring break, he had a little fun, so we had those conversations.
That's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of unusual.
We was doing the kickoff drill, and I fell twice in a row, and it was I thought he was gonna be mad, but it was hey man, what you doing out here? It was a funny situation. He turned it into a funny situation.
He was busting on you a little bit.
Yeah,
huh?
he was busting on me.
Is that something you take pride in as head coach?
Well, I just don't know any different. I'm just kind of doing the job the way I know how. I did want our players to know, from the time we got here in December, got my whole staff here to where we are today, we care about them a lot more than just on this football field. It's about their lives.
So he cares about his guys, but when it comes to the new head hog, let's finish where we started. Last question, I asked the players this. Now I'm going to go to the source. Give me one word to describe head coach Brett Bielema.
One word, tough one. I would say that I'm demanding. I think that I like winning, and I know that that's not easy. So when you guys do hear from me in a negative light, it's because I want them to be great, and I want to demand that out of them on a daily basis because it's the only place and the only way we can get to where we want to be.
Demanding, yet supportive. Clearly, it's Brett Bielema's game plan to take Arkansas back to hog heaven. In Fayetteville, Mike Neighbors for CST Tonight.